Good day there, my name is Yuni and this video is SQL for beginners. Today we will talk about how to combine two or more tables using SQL Join function. Let's get to it. The first one, inner join function, returns all the rows that have matching values in both tables. The second one, left join, returns all the rows from the left table and the matched rows from the right table. Right join returns all the records from the right table and the matched records from the left table. The last one, full outer join, returns all the records when there is a match in either left or right table. Now let's practice this together. In this exercise, we will find the total number of orders and revenue we have from widget product sales. So to refresh our memory, let's quickly do the query we learned in the first video. Select everything from products and limit 5. And then we will run this query. Why do I do limit 5 is because it loads my query faster and easier for me to check if there's any syntax error. Now that my query loads, let's filter widget products by using where statement. So the widget product are in the category widget category column, and there is a value named widget. So I will do where statement category alike widget and run it again, just to make sure my syntax is working perfectly. Now SQL has filtered widget category from my table. Let's join with our order table. Let's look at the selection from the orders table. And here you can see there are 9 columns. Skim it through and what are the columns here entails. And then let's quickly look at our products again. There are 8 columns. And it says connected to this 2 table. Notice that the product ID in the orders table refers to the ID in the products table. The relationship between the 2 tables is therefore the product ID column. Now that we have a common value between these 2 tables, we can now use the join function that selects records that have matching values in both tables. So, I will now name my product table as P. The reason I'm doing is it will be easier for me not to refer the product table again and again in my select statement later on. And I will join with the orders table. And I will also name the order table as O. And whenever we're using the join function, we need to command SQL on which column or the value that we are joining this 2 table on. So as I mentioned before, we are joining based on the common column, which is ID, product ID, which is called just ID in product table, and in orders table is called product ID. So I'll say p.id, which refers to product ID in the products table, equal to o.product_ID. Or in the orders table, the product ID is equal to ID in the products table. Let's run it again. So now that we know our query is loading. Now what we would like to find is the sum of the total amount of sales for widget product and how many orders that we got. So let's explore the queries all together. So since, as you can see here, this two table is joined here. Now what we want to find out was the total number of sales both by volume and both by count. So here is the total column. We need to make a sum to combine it. So we will make a simple sum function with a bracket. In the bracket, we need to put the total amount, which refers to the total amount of sales, and we will name it as total sales. When we want to have another column in to see how many quantity we have in order. So we will do again sum quantity as maybe name as amount. Let's run it again. So we have the total number of sales for 400 something thousand and amount 18,000. Easy, isn't it? So to recap, every time you're joining two tables, you need to first of all, you need to find what is the common value between these two tables and command SQL to join based on this two table. Here I use simple join function. You can also use left join, right join, or full outer join, as I previously mentioned before. If you don't use any, if you do not define what type of join you're doing, it will automatically use the inner join as the default. Now let's try to join one more table. First, I will select everything from product table again and name product table as P and join with orders table, and I'll name it at orders table as O. And remember to comment SQL which a column that you will be joining this two table on. So product score ID. So I am joining products table and orders table on the product ID. Now let's join one more table. I'm gonna do a left join with reviews table. I will name reviews table as R, and again join review table on p.id, which is ID in the products table, on equal to R, which is the reviews table, product ID. Why am I doing left join here is because not all products have reviews. If I do a regular join or inner join, SQL will show me the matched results and I will not get the results I want. So let's run this really quick. Now as you see, it takes a little bit longer to load. That's why I usually use the limit function just to do the syntax check. My apologies. Syntax check while I'm writing the code. Now let's do the sum of the total to find out the total number of sales. I'll name this as total. The reason I always name the column is when somebody else is checking my code to verify, it makes it a lot easier for them to review it afterwards. You can choose not to do it, up to you. That's just my preference, and I think it's really make other people's life easier. And let's select category table, category column, and reviewer table, reviewer column again. Since we are selecting these two categories, which are not aggregate functions, I need to group by category and reviewer. And I will order by the first column, sum total, descending, highest to lowest. Let's run this. Here we go. Now we see the total volume by reviewer by category in descending order. And I quite don't like the having no values in the reviewer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a where clause where reviewer is not null. So the empty, I want to eliminate the empty column, empty rows. Here you go. So now that we finally join 3 tables and get the total volume by reviewer by category, and where eliminate the values where there's no reviewer entry. Okay, that's pretty much it. Now we've learned about join function. In the next video, I'll talk about case 1 function and more SQL practices. So I hope you will subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.